Hi, I'm Natalie Huschek, founder of the Dignity Project, DBA Well-Grounded Coffee. Thanks for joining us in our podcast, Turning Trauma into Triumph. Today we have a guest that I'm super excited about, and you will be too. And her name is Alicia, but she goes by Chocolate.
Hi.
And she is the founder of an amazing nonprofit that also lifts up women.
Yes.
And it's called Redeemed Women.
Yes.
Tell us just a little bit about your nonprofit. What do you want us to know about it?
I want you to know that Redeemed Women is a 501c3 nonprofit, so we are legit.
Yes.
We are not out here saying that we're a nonprofit, and we're not.
Yeah.
And I always like to make sure that I preference that, because people that are giving back call themselves a nonprofit. They are not really a nonprofit.
Gotcha. No, that's true.
Yeah. So I would want people to know that. But I also would want people to know that Redeemed Women started at the heart of my own story, which we're going to get into later. Best thing to do is to check out our website, redeemedwomen.org, and join the efforts in supporting local and women overcoming generational poverty.
Please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
And we actually met because we have a mutual friend who went to my gala, and your gala was like less than a week after mine, and she said you have to come to Chocolate's gala.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yes.
And then we got connected and kind of sat down, and you have an amazing story.
Thank you.
And it's still being written.
Thank you. It is.
Yeah. And when you think about trauma, talk to us about that, which I'm sure will tie into why you started your nonprofit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm 44 and I've lived a complete life of trauma. I was raped the first time at 5 years old. I grew up with addicted parents, sexual addiction, and drug and alcohol addiction. My mother's side of the family were drug and alcohol. My dad's side of the family was porn and incest and all the directions. My parents married and divorced when I was 2, and I grew up in Southern California. I am the oldest of 8 on both sides. I had a baby at 14. I had cancer 3 other times before being diagnosed again 2 years ago, so I'm making this my 4th time. I'm currently walking through stage 4 breast cancer. I was married and divorced, domestic violence, homeless, abused. But God is what you will hear me say.
But God. I'm exhausted just listening to it. And here you sit, just shining.
Yeah.
You look amazing.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah,
thank you.
Truly.
Thank you. When I think about trauma, I'm a reader. I can't wait for you to talk about your book, but I think about The Body Keeps Score, and Changes That Heal. I tell people it means a lot to be the first in a generation of secrets that were swept up under the rug to say the book stops with me.
That's right. Everything out into the light.
So when you step into the light, you get talked about, you get cast out. No one wants to be around you. Your family turn their back on you because the hidden secrets are exposed now.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do something different with my child, whom I had at 14, who's now 29, high school and college graduate with no children. And in order for that to happen, I had to just put my best foot forward to say, I have to find a way to overcome the trauma. And then I have to speak up about the trauma.
Yes.
And because the story is relatable.
In such a way that you can reach out a hand, lift somebody else up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that also, I talked with Richard Miles about this, but that is part of your own healing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
When you reach out and lift someone else up.
Absolutely. We are only as sick as our secrets.
Yes. There you go.
And it's a real thing. When you think about being so sick because you have so many secrets and wounds and trauma and hurt inside of you, it's like when you start working through that and getting that up out of you, it's like the vomit is just coming up and it just releases you. I'm walking in freedom right now, a freedom that I've never even experienced in my whole entire life.
And talk to us, because people are watching and they want to know, okay, what are some of the things she did that most freed her from all that?
Well, I surrounded myself with mentors. I asked for help.
Yeah.
I grew up where you don't tell anybody anything. Everything stay in the house. You don't talk about nothing. Lies from the pits of hell. Natalie can't help me if I don't tell her what I need help with.
That's right.
I asked for some help when I got here, and you said absolutely. You didn't know I needed it unless I asked you for it.
That's right.
Right. But I would say, number 1, that's what I did. Number 2 is I made a decision to seek a licensed professional therapist for myself.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
People fail to realize that they hear when you call and make an appointment for a therapist, oh, it might be $250. Therapists have sliding scales. If you don't have medical insurance on your job, you can ask for some type of payout policy. You can get connected to places like Redeemed Women and Well Grounded that may help cover the cost of therapy
There's
expenses.
resources out
There's
there.
resources that are out there.
Just have to ask.
Yeah, but your mama and your grandmama and your cousin, them, they don't have the best advice.
Or resources.
Or
to help
resources.
You know, and that's what happens with the women that we're trying to lift up. They experience trauma.
Right.
This is probably your story too. And the people they thought they could reach out to, they're in their own trauma.
Oh, yeah.
They're not the people who can help. And so, you know, they come to you, to Redeemed Women, or they come to here and they're like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like a sisterhood.
Yeah. Somebody
There is
loves
help.
me. Yeah.
There is help.
Yeah.
I am seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like to say, you know, at Redeemed Women, we are definitely a hand up organization and not a handout. We believe in sweat equity. We believe in showing up for yourself.
Yes.
And if you show up for yourself, we'll guide you along the way. We'll walk with you as long as you're willing to walk. But when you stop, we have to stop. But we'll be right here when you come back, if you come back.
Yes.
A lot of times, some people don't come back. We were talking about that off camera. We talk about people who come and who get out there and never come back, right? Yeah. But for me, I think that my life and my story is a testimony that I'm called to live out loud and share publicly.
Yeah.
So other women and men, for that matter, but really women can know that they're not alone. And that's women of all color, right? Yes. And so that's why you hear me say, hey, friend. Everybody's a friend.
Yes.
We don't say clients at Redeemed Women. We don't say, you know, we don't put you down like you're beneath me. No. We're all the same. We all got a lot of things going on.
We all
Redeemed
got a
Women
story.
saved my life.
Yeah.
I was going through divorce when I started Redeemed Women.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm talking about nothing. Being stripped to the ground zero and having to start all over again. And then now walking through stage 4 breast cancer.
Wow.
You talk about some trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the dad that raped me, my biological father that raped me, lives 15 minutes away from me.
Wow. And so I think about, you know, you asked about my foot here.
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
So I wish I had a fun story. I don't. I literally just stepped off a curb and crack. So then they put a bunch of titanium in it, and I'm healing from that. And so I'm on my butt at home in my bed most of the time. And I'm used to being so productive. And I like being productive. I like working hard. And I want to be connected with the baristas here. And I am just like, sometimes I feel like I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm in peace.
Okay.
And sometimes like my mind can go dark. Like, oh my gosh, I feel like held hostage. And so like, I think about what you're walking through and how do you go through that mentally when the darkness comes in, you know, cancer, okay, now surgery on your hip, okay, this. Yeah. It's layers. And the enemy's coming at you on top of it.
Oh, one of the things that I think about is because I am grounded in my faith. I'm well grounded in my faith.
There you go.
And so I grew up Southern Baptist. That's what my grandparents were, kind of switched along the way. But to the core, right? And so one of the things that I always say is the devil been had his hands on my life since I was a little girl. Again, the first time I got raped, I was 5, right? I went to foster care at 7. I have abandonment issues because my mother left and I never was raised with her. And so for me, when I think about the attacks on my body, and just mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, just all of that, I know that there's a greater purpose. This is why I have to keep going.
Yes.
The other part about that is when I'm dealing with the darkness, the honest answer is, friend, I'm sad. I'm crying. I'm mad. I'm upset. I do not understand. I've never been on drugs. I've never been incarcerated. I've tried to do everything that I could do to show up for others. And yet every time I'm showing up for others, I'm getting knocked down. I'm getting that thorn in my side. I'm crying all night because I'm currently divorced, but I'm waiting on you to find me a husband.
I know.
Y'all play too much. You and your husband play too much. Okay. I told you I date white men too. Listen, okay. I have no problem with it.
Alrighty.
But you know, and then my only child is grown and doing her own thing, and so the darkness gets heavy.
It does.
And it really does make me sad, you
Mhm.
know. And so I just have to cry out. I end up walking through my house crying and, you know, just I'm on my knees constantly.
Mhm.
And I am really, you know, fighting the suicidal thoughts of just take me away because the pain is so unbearable.
Mhm.
I do chemotherapy 3 weeks on and 1 week off
Wow.
for the rest of my life. The doctors
Mm.
told me I had 5 years to live. I'm 2 years in
Yeah.
October.
Yeah. Oh,
Literally.
okay.
So you now I don't believe it. I'm just telling you what was told, right? So it's
Yes.
here.
Yes.
And if I can say to myself, well, what do I do at being almost 2 years in of stage
Mhm.
4 breast cancer?
Mhm.
And at any given time, it could be my last day.
It could be.
You think I'm gonna sit around and be moping around and being sad? I'm scratching through that bucket list.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, okay, this is what I want to do today.
Mhm.
I want to be at this podcast with my friend today.
And thank you.
And
I know how valuable your time is. Truly, we're
thank
so
you.
grateful that you're here.
Thank you.
Because you're an inspiration.
Thank you.
And people need to
Yeah.
be inspired. Honestly, today I feel like mental health is at an all-time, like there's so much anxiety,
Friend.
depression, and
Yeah.
suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
And, we have to speak about it.
Yeah.
We have to help people through it, journey together.
Yeah.
And it's important because, you know, our parents and generations before it, you didn't talk about anything.
Oh no.
And even as you've mentioned, everything was kept in darkness.
Everything.
And so we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And together we have to become stronger.
Yeah.
Too, right?
And talking about it means listening to both sides, not to pull somebody to say you wrong about that.
Mm-mm.
Listening to understand, but
Mhm.
then also saying, well, where did you get your resources? Can you refer me to somebody? Who should I go and talk to about that?
Right.
You know, I never knew that I was in poverty until somebody that told me that poverty was an actual word. I didn't know. I thought that was the way everybody lived.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned different. And so, because again, I had great mentors around me. I was in the parenting program when I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I understood what it was like to have great people around me to speak into my life, but it was still scary.
Yeah.
Because it was like, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Yeah.
Can I trust you?
Right.
What bartering system are we doing here?
Yes.
Do I have to use my body for something?
Yeah.
That's trauma, friend.
It is, and growing up like you did,
Mm-hmm.
You've never been safe, and
No.
you don't know what it's like to be safe. And
Mhm.
sometimes, if I can say in my own life, because I didn't feel safe a lot,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to protect myself and make good choices.
Mhm.
Often I made terrible choices, and that putting myself in dangerous situations.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
then you have to learn how to be safe, how to set your boundaries, right?
Right.
Be around safe people, be in safe environments, and you have to learn to trust.
Right.
Because
And boundaries are not for them. Boundaries are for us to
Mhm.
protect us.
Mhm.
The problem is because people don't have a healthy sense of boundaries. When we start to set them, then we get the backlash.
Mhm.
Well, why I can't call you after 9 o'clock?
Mhm.
Or why I can't just pop up at your house or borrow your keys to your car?
Mhm. Mhm.
Who does that?
Right.
You know, and then so, you know, I'm a very strong personality, you know this about me. And I have had to take care of myself my whole entire life. I was the kid raising the kid, right?
Mhm.
But I also had to take care of my mom that was a drug addict that died of drug overdose and AIDS.
Mhm.
She was a drug addict my whole entire life.
Yeah.
And I'm her firstborn child, and I've never wanted to shoot that needle in my arm.
Thank God.
That was boundaries.
Yeah.
That was because I saw her fall apart. I was like, oh yeah, nah, that don't work for my life.
Mhm.
It don't.
Mhm.
And so you have to make a decision.
Mhm.
And the protection is for you. And it
Mhm.
also will show other people how they should protect themselves.
Mhm.
And so a lot of times, especially for me, let me just make sure I speak for myself. My family was very, very ugly and very nasty to me.
Mhm.
I was not only bullied outside of my home, I was bullied inside of my home.
Mhm.
And it takes a lot to be in my right mind right now.
Sure.
It really does.
Yeah. You have to reject.
Yes.
Reject what they're saying about you.
Yes. I was told by the two people who birthed me, biological parents, that said, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're never
Mhm.
going to be anything.
Mhm.
No one's ever going to love you.
Mhm.
No one's ever going to be around you. Who would want you? You're damaged goods.
Mhm.
But I am who God says I am.
That's right. And around here, we're learning a lot about blessings because, no matter how you were conceived, no matter how you were carried in someone's womb
Yeah.
or birthed and grow up,
Yeah.
you were no accident. You were intended by God.
I love
He
that.
has a purpose for you, and he blesses you, and I bless you. We have to bless each other as sisters.
Yeah.
Because especially when there was a lack of blessing and someone may have told you were an accident.
Yeah.
You were no accident.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not
I don't
God's
believe
truth.
that. I don't believe that, but it took a long time not to believe that, right? I had to go through the many challenges of like, now God, you said you love me, but this? Wait a minute. This the kind of love? And then because I'm grounded in his word, I had to go back to see what he went through.
So why do you think you've experienced so much more than your share of hardship?
I think for me, the personal reason is it's bigger than me. And it's to draw me, it's two things. One, to draw me closer to him, but two, because it's bigger than me, so others can be drawn closer to him. I am the example.
I had a moment in my life when I was able to leave a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, but then I was a single mom. It was a really dark season of my life, and I was trying to, be single mom and do all the stuff. I had a car repossessed. I was having utilities turned off, and I'm trying to do this little business, at-home business, and I was on a phone call, and it was a rah-rah phone call, and I just hung it up. I couldn't. I couldn't. And I called a friend, and I told her about it, and she says to me, Natalie, here's the thing. You've been through a lot, but you have a victim mentality.
Ooh.
And you want victory. And you can't have both.
You can't have both.
Ooh, I was like,
girl.
Ouch.
Ouch.
But that was a pivotal moment for me. She challenged me to choose victory over victim.
Okay.
And that was everything. I'm sitting here today with this nonprofit because she had the courage to say that to me. And I received it and said, I choose victory.
Wow.
And I think it's important, and I teach this to the baristas because they have been victimized. My gosh, you have been victimized.
Oh, yeah.
We cannot take it on as our identity. We cannot. If we want to walk in victory, and look at you, walking in victory.
I hang my hat on. So, and me and you talked about, people need to know that we've been friends before this podcast, right? But I hang my hat on hiding a word in my heart. I am not a Bible beater. I do not know the Bible like that. I'm not the one that's read it from cover to cover. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even signing up to do that today. But what I will tell you is that I hide a word in my heart, and I go back to Psalm 139, 13 and 14. For we are beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made, and wonderfully.
Yeah.
Beautiful are our works.
Yes.
He formed us. And so when I go back to that, even when I'm struggling, even when I'm thinking about I'm dark skinned, that's why I was called chocolate. I was bullied as a kid, and everybody was like, look at this little chocolate baby. And I turned 17 and I started owning chocolate. And I'm like, everybody can call me chocolate.
There you go.
But bullied as a kid, and then now going through, chemo again and no hair. I talk with my hands, not because I'm an angry Black woman, just because I
thought
do.
I was Italian.
Right. I do talk with my hands. I'm a public speaker, and I like emotion. And so when I think about those things, I'm like, God, I know that all of this that you put inside of me, it must be used. It has to be to make your name great. And so after I go back to the reminder that I am beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made, when I'm in my tears, friend, and it gets dark and heavy, I go to something else I've hid here, which is Isaiah 55:8. Chocolate, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor my ways your ways. Natalie, we don't understand.
No, we don't.
The baristas, whether it be with well-grounded or whether it be with redeemed women, when our friends are coming in and saying, I don't understand how I'm going through this again. All I can say is, our thoughts are not your thoughts, his thoughts, nor our ways, his ways. There's no words that can explain sometimes how angry I am that I'm going through cancer for a 4th time.
Yeah.
And to go through stage 4, And I'm like, God, I'm asking you for a husband again.
Mhm.
I'm asking you to help me get these apartments built for these women. You know, I'm getting ready to build
Right.
3-story, 21-unit apartments
Amen.
in South Dallas.
Right.
God, you dropped the land in our lap in July, and then I get diagnosed in October the same year,
Wow.
months later.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be hope. I'm to have hope with that.
Mm.
And I remember a friend saying to me, she said, "Do you feel good right now?" And I just think about that 10 years ago. I said, I went through a death and a birth at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The birth was the gift of the land. The death was, I felt like I lost my whole entire being being diagnosed again.
Right. What a hit.
A hit. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm talking about I never hit a wall so hard and fell out and cried. And then, God, you calling me to minister to women who are going through these same kind of problems, whether it be health or domestic violence or no money for light bill.
Mm-hmm. So, what is your message? What do you want people to know when they're in their darkness and carrying whatever they're carrying, having those thoughts? And what do you want to say to them?
I think if I could say anything, it's what I just said of continue to have hope in the wilderness.
Yeah.
But also do not be as sick as your secret. You have to open up and find somebody. I'm not saying we do it with everybody, right? But somebody to talk to.
A safe person.
A safe person or persons to just be like, this, I'm hurting right now. This is where I'm at. Mm-hmm. I'm depressed. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling sad. Mm-hmm. And I just don't know what to do about it.
Isolation can bring you down.
Oh.
So
And that's what the enemy wants
call
you.
Out.
Yeah, he wants to isolate you. He wants to make us think that nobody loves us and nobody cares about us.
Yeah.
He wants to make us forget that we are who God says we are.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what I want people to know, to stand firm on having hope in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm. And you've written your story in a book.
I have.
All right.
I have.
And so we're going to show you the book, and we are going to tell you how to get it and also how to support Chocolate and her whole ministry.
Yeah.
And you are an inspiration. I love you. I love what you're doing in South Dallas.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that God connected us together. You give me hope.
Thank you, friend.
You give me hope, and I love you.
Thank you. I love you.
Keep doing it. Oh, because of my foot, I know. It's like an air hug. Wow. Thank you for joining us today on Turning Trauma into Triumph, and thank you so much for being here with us, Chocolate. You're a blessing.
Thank you, friend.
Well, there you have it. Miss Chocolate. What an amazing human being, and definitely more than her share of suffering throughout her life. She has suffered so much and even now lives in chronic pain, and yet she glows. She's so full of joy and inspiration, and her every day gets up in chronic pain and continuously does treatments for her cancer, but spreads light in the world. And so I think when I grow up, I want to be like Chocolate. So thanks. We're so grateful for her being with us on another episode of Turning Trauma into Triumph.